There you go, that's the fire going there now. I nearly lost it. Put your grill on. Get your pan of water. Make a brew while it's flaming up like that. So as you can see, that's the gas fire burning there. And I've got the nozzle pulled right the way out. So then you put your pan on. Hi everybody and welcome back to Lundy's Wild Camp Stroke Bushcraft. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Serotonin Firefly multi-function stove. Okay, this is a mini wood burning stove. You can use, it's got a gas stove and you can also use like a MEFS burner in it as well. All right, so we'll just quickly look at the package sizes. So you've got the actual stove and everything itself. This is the package for the gas burner. This is another part. There's a couple of bits that come separate to the package. This is one of them. This is a grill that you can place up on the top to put your pans on when you're using the wood burning side of it. Okay. Also, you can buy one of their fuel burners. I've bought the smallest one out that I can find, right, that I've got. I didn't get one off them, and it doesn't fit inside. So if you were going to use it for that purpose, didn't know why, like, but if you were going to use it for that purpose, you would have to buy one from them. Okay, so first of all, we'll just quickly move these to one side and we'll go through the actual main package itself. There is one part in here that is actually a separate item that you don't get with the stove. It's a separate purchase, which is this, which is a grill that goes on the top for like doing your steaks and things. So as you can see, it's quite compact. All right, the packaging's not too bad. Like everything you buy, the packaging's always very tight. If this had been a slightly bigger bag, it would have been perfect because then you could fit the other grill in as well. All right, that's my only downside to it. The stitching's held up so far, but I think over time, looking at the stitching, that's going to rip. So be prepared for that. It's got a Velcro strap that comes all the way around it, keeping it all together. Okay, it's got some instructions inside as well. We'll just put them to one side. So obviously, like I've said, this is a separate item that you buy, and this is a separate, two different grills. All right, so let's just take it all apart. So you've got your MEFS burner bits. Okay, we'll talk about that later on. You've got this where you can put it in the bottom, and you can put like one of them little tablet burners. All right, but it's also got a bit of a it's got like a bit of a saw edge on it, which would be possibly just for cutting up the fuel. It's got a little ruler on it. It's got a couple of little like spanner things on it. All right, and it's got a bit of a blade there, which is as blunt as anything. All right, just a gimmicky thing, I think, personally. No disrespect to the people that make them. This is the base of the stove itself. Then you get the two sides, as you can see, they're double walled. Okay, so the air will get drawn in, yeah, and then it'll come into there, so you'll have it burning. So you put them on like so. Then you've got the two ends. You've got one end which has got like a little shutter door. So obviously if you want to shut that and like feed in through the side, and then if you want to shut it once the fire's going, you just shut it somehow. Or it stands up that way, so I had it upside down. Just open it and feed it in that way. So what we're going to do is, you've got little clips, as you can see. So I'm just going to put them on. I think I'm putting it on the right way. If I'm not, I'll adjust it. They're always fiddly, these types of things. sure I get that the right way, Jim. It doesn't help when you need glasses on as well, like. So there we go, that's the main box fitted, and then we're just going to place that in there like so. Is that correct? Yeah. It's got a bit of a gap at the bottom. You've got this here, which is your base plate. All right, just put that inside, and I'll bring you closer to have a look at it. And that's your main setup there. All right, that's the wood burning stove itself. As you can see, it's got the door on the side. It's got nothing to grab a hold of to open it like that. So when that gets warm, if you try to move that without any gloves on, you're going to burn your hands. So I think it should have had a slight little bit of a handle on it, slight thing. Obviously, I know it's supposed to be a flat pack thing, but you can have them where you fold them up on a bracket like you do with your BCP cup lids. Okay, so that's something I think should be done to it. But other than that, it looks okay. It's easy. It's for like it's basically a pocket stove that you can just tie in your jacket pocket, take it out. If you look at my reviews, you'll see I've got the table. This is a brilliant bit of kit. I absolutely love it. It goes everywhere. Whereas, all right, there's a review on that. Check the link in the description. But that's the main stove itself. But then you've got the actual grill that comes separate, and that stands on like so. All right, and then you can get your pot, and then just put your pot on top, and then cook away. If you want to cook like burgers and things, you just put that on. It actually goes across. There's like little grooves on the top, so it locks in place, so it doesn't fall off. Then you can put a very thin and a very little steak on there. Or slice it up and put it on. All right, it's just a pocket thing, you know. Or we'll see how it burns actually. Yeah, let's get it going. We'll get a fire going on it, and then we'll see how it burns. And I'm going to see if the heat actually affects my seat that I'm doing it on. All right, so what I'm going to do is I've got some sticks here, some little twigs, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to get these and snap them right up. Just put loads of them in, because it's best if you fill these things up and let it burn down over. Because once you get the fire started, if you just keep on trying to put all the twigs in all the time, that'll do. So we've got a bit of a base there. I've got some little bits off a fire lighter, just the fragments. I don't need to use a full one. Put that in there, and then just start putting some more twigs in, and hopefully that should catch. If it doesn't, then I'll go and get a full fire lighter. But these are just small twigs, so it should catch. Try not to smother it. Oh, I think I'm going to smother it. Let's just leave it for now and let it burn. There you go, that's the fire going there now. I nearly lost it. But yeah, as you can see, it's got the little holes down the bottom where it's drawn in some air, and then it's got the holes at the top where it should actually like do it like a double burn, like it's got like a double wall. So But the only thing is with these little twig stoves, you've got to have a lot of little twigs and constantly feed it. And I wouldn't go basically any thicker than that, to be honest. The thicker you go, the more chance you've got of that fire actually going out. But I'm just going to let this burn now, all right, and see what happens when it starts thinning down. See if I can see the flames coming out. If you can see, I'm just going to get a pointy stick. If you can see, we've got some little, oh, what's my cable? We've got some little holes here on the side. Now I can start to see the way the little flames are flickering around it and the smoke and that. And you can see it on this side where it's starting to work. So let's go, because obviously the wind's getting pushed in that way. And if you look, you can see the holes where it's working. But yeah, it's quite a vicious fire, this one, because obviously it's still just getting itself set. So, but it's ideal for, you know, get your grill on. If you've got your gloves on as well, put your grill on. Get your pan of water. Make a brew while it's flaming up like that. And then let it settle. By the time it's settled and you've got your nice bed of embers in it, you could start grilling. And then, like I say, now you've got the door here on the side, so you can turn that up, yeah, to feed it once them die down a bit. But the thing is, you've got no grip on there, so you'd have to use like another twig or something, and then it gets all fiddly. And when you've got your grill on, to get it moving back round. As you've seen, sorry, my camera's all over the place. But yeah, that's going quite well. It's burning nicely now, and I can see the circles coming round. So I'm just going to let that die off now, and we'll talk about some of the other kit while I'm boiling the water to have a brew. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll move over onto the other part of my table, and we'll talk about the fuel burner and the gas burner. Okay, right, well, as I said earlier, we've got like a little fuel burner as well, like a MEFS burner. So basically you've got the 4 bits here, all right, and then you just put it together like so, slot it down. They're all fiddly, these, I think. I don't really use a fuel burner, to be honest. I've got all the stuff, I've got them, but I don't really use them. I prefer using a gas stove, to be honest. But this is why, because I hate little fiddly things. But it's a good idea. It's lightweight, it's thin. All right. It's just about having the capability to use it. But there you go. That's for your MEFS burner. All right. And then put that there. Put it on top of your MEFS burner. For me, because it's not on a stable area, it's quite, and it's not for this MEFS burner itself. Now, will it be better if you put it up that way? That's a bit more stable there. And then obviously put your MEFS in. I'm not going to bother. I have got it, like, but I'm not going to bother because that's not their MEFS burner. All right. And then obviously get your pot. Obviously, I'm just using this gas thing. Put your pot on, and there you go. But also what we can do is you can get this, yeah, and when I get the fire cooled down and emptied out, I'll come back to it and I'll show you this actually fits like so on top of the actual wood burner. Yeah. So then what you've got coming next in this little pouch is a gas burner. All right, it's got quite a good hose on it as well. It comes in 2 bits, so it makes it easier to pack. All right, so obviously you've got a long flexed cable for the gas to go through. You've got the connector there and your on off. Okay, and then you've got your main part here where the head of the gas burner just fastens on nicely. Okay, it doesn't look like it's got a regulator on it for cold weather use, and then it just fits onto your gas like so. And then what you do is when you've got it inside of your stove, okay, you put that on. It's got 2 little grooves on the bottom here. So what you do is you get your stove. Obviously you've got to measure it a size that's too big, and it fits in there, and it hangs on the top of this wood burning stove, and then you can cook by gas like that. So you've got all these little functions, different options, I mean, for use to cook stuff, make a brew. All right, instead of going out with like one gas stove or taking a multiple of gas stoves, wood burners, now you think you've got it all, and it all comes in a small package. All right, so I'll let that cool down in any rate. We'll get that set up and I'll show you how that works, and we'll see how good the gas burner is. I think I've got enough gas to get through it. Right, well, as you can see, the actual stove is settled right down now. All right, so I can take that off. It's got a better embers in there. There's still a lot of heat coming from that. All right, so what you could do then is you get your grill for your cooking meats and whatever you want to cook on it, or a couple of sausages. Put that on. As you can see, it locks into place. Obviously, it's not on stable ground because I've got it on top of a twig. Put your grill on, and yeah, that's a lot of heat there. And then what you do is just put a couple of sticks in the side wall to keep it going, and you should be able to grill on there, no bother at all. You don't want absolutely tons of flames coming out when you're doing meats and that. All right, but that's, yeah, a good multi-function type of stove. And because it's got the base plate on the bottom, you've got the air coming in through the bottom as well, and that's allowing it to burn all the way around. Yeah, that's a lot of heat. Now it did have, the walls were working. It was like what you call gasifying it, and that helps just to burn the wood more efficient. Okay, so that does work as well, so that's happy days. Right, let's get this emptied, let's get this cooled down, and then we'll show you setting up the gas burner. Right, well, that's this stove all nice and cooled down, so that didn't take too long whatsoever. I just want to point out the fact of the actual MEFS burners. They come in lots of different sizes. I've tried my other one as well that I've got, and that doesn't fit, and as you can see, this just about goes there, but I wouldn't want it being like that at all. All right, so you need to purchase one from the actual company itself. What we're going to do is we're going to get this part set. It's quite fiddly, so just bear with us, because I'm not used to doing all these type of things. I'm used to just using the gas burner itself. Right, I think that's it there. And then you get the gas burner, put that in, and that just clips into there when it's not falling apart. Have I got that upside down or something? I don't know, have I? It just doesn't seem to want to stay on. Oh my God, this is so fiddly. This is painful to watch, I bet. But anyway, I'm going to try and attempt to put that on there first. So as you can see, that fits on there perfect, okay. And then you attach this into it. So I'm going to try connecting it like that. Oh, that's a better way to pick it up. All right, and then you've just got to manipulate it a little bit without it falling apart to put your actual gas stove in it. Put that end in there. Open up the door using one hand to get this through there. This is such a fiddly job, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all, to be quite honest. I'm doing an honest review, and this is just too much hassle for me, this. Far too much. Spin that around. Put that on there. Move my stove over a bit. Connect the gas. And let's see how it burns. Now, my gas has been out for a bit, so right, I can hear it coming through. So as you can see, that's the gas fire burning there, and I've got the nozzle pulled right the way out. So then you put your pan on. But my honest opinion, that part of this stove I do not like. I'm not really a big fan of meth burners in any way, but for that to be so fiddly, you've got to have 10 hands, unless it's just me not having enough experience using that kind of stuff. But for me personally, I'm not a fan of the gas burning setup. I like the wood burning stove itself. It's ideal if you want to go out for a day walk and you don't want to carry big burdens. You just want to take like a jacket with loads of pockets, put a few bits and pieces in and go out for a walk and sit and have a brew somewhere. Have a nice little fire, boil up some noodles or something like that. Ideal, like. Would I use this stove for an overnighter? For the whole element of cooking with gas, wood burning stove and everything? No, I would use it for like a day out somewhere. It would be too much work to keep this fire going constantly, to keep you warm on a night time. Just snapping twigs constantly, and it's quick burning. So, but for a day out, it's perfect. It's tiny. All right, you can hear that water boiling there now. I'm just going to turn it off, so I don't need it. But me personally, I do like it. It's a bit gimmicky. It's a bit fiddly, but it serves its purpose. I told the company I'd be honest and do an honest review about it, and this is my honest opinion. Right, my apologies, my camera just switched itself off. So anyway, what I was saying is, I'm going to give one of you an opportunity to win this stove off me, minus my meths burner, okay? So if you would like to, just put in the comments, yes please. And if you're from England only, if you live abroad, I'm sorry, but I'm not prepared to pay all that postage for different countries. All right, it's just the way the cookie crumbles. So don't forget, yes please, in the comments. If you're interested in this as well and you want to purchase it, go and check out the description. There'll be links and discount codes on there as well. All right, it is a good bit of kit. It's just not something that floats my boat. All right, I like the way it's got a double wall, so you can have the gasifying effect when you're using the wood burning stove side. And yeah, so if you want to win it, just put in yes please, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you very much everyone. See you later.